What is up, my dudes? It's Pacman here, and today I wanted to bring you guys another brand new episode of Or6 Analysis, the show where I take your footage and show you where to best improve. So today we're checking out my man Pesk, someone who has basically been playing in Silver his entire time playing Siege, but watches a ton of Siege content, watches a lot of the coaching videos on this channel, watches a lot of Pro League, watches a lot of high-level streamers, and just can't figure out, what is it that's actually holding him specifically back. He feels like he can play in, the Platinum ranks and beyond, but he just can never seem to get there. He can't seem to win games consistently. So hopefully I can spot a few things out and show you where you're going wrong, man. So, without wasting too much time, let's get straight into it. So, again, I'm talking to you guys from the past, but I'm talking to the future right now. This is so trippy. I'm just trying to think, what day is it for you guys right now? It's Thursday for me. When this comes out, it will be Thursday in Western Australian time. So I'll be 2 days post-surgery. I'll be chilling. I'll be in my new apartment, hopefully all furnished. You know what? It's actually hell funny. If anyone's seen the last coaching video, the last two coaching videos, they would have been filmed. I was in the same red shirt. I just started to film this, and I was like, I should probably change my shirt because they're going to be like, dude, this guy never changes his shirt. So I've changed my shirt. Kind of defeats the purpose that I've told you about it, but it's actually directly after the last coaching video when I'm recording this. So probably shouldn't have told you guys that, but whatever. We're moving on. Okay, we're playing the Zoth. Looks like you're in a 5-stack. Detective Pac-Man notices things like that. So we're in a 5-stack. You're playing the Zofia. You've got the angle grip, so I guess you're probably cracked.
Yo, there's someone in trophy.
Okay, you're playing on the NA servers, I imagine.
It's a Jaeger.
Jaeger
Yeah,
in
Jaeger.
trophy.
Yeah, Jaeger and Master right now. I'm in.
Is he on cameras?
No,
Hey,
not.
he's pushing
He's
up close.
running.
I'd be careful with being on the cam there. Okay, let's see how you deal with this. I'm interested.
Mute's tagged on.
Oh my god, that guy.
Jaeger in closet.
Wouldn't be on my drone right now.
Jaeger's a walk-in, yeah, in the corner.
Dude, I drone me here he wasn't there.
Okay, alright, so just before we go any further, I don't want to waste too much time and go too far because I don't want to come back the whole way. Alright, so a few things that I've noticed, right? Number one, you're making the calls. That's well done. You get on the drone, you get on the calls. Well done. You had a pre-placed drone in here. That's good to go, right? So two things, I guess, to initially mention. Number one is this is kind of why you don't really want to... Why isn't this pen working? What the hell? Hello, pen. Excuse me. Epic pen. I think we may have a problem. Might need to reset Epic pen. Okay, thank you for that epic pen. Back to where we were. Okay, so what was probably an issue, or what I see as an issue, number one is when you number one, I did the Tucson. So number one, this is kind of the issue with pushing alone, right? Because this Jaeger just being in here when there's just you, this Jaeger is completely out of position. This should be a free kill, really. Like when they're playing on the opposite bomb site, he's not gonna have much trading ability. He's in master. He's literally crouched in Master. You should never really be in Master. Like, for the most part, you shouldn't be in Master. Like, unless you're getting saucy on him, you're confident, you want to take gunfights, and you're that confident, you shouldn't be in Master. Right? So what should be happening here is you should have multiple people pushing from this one side, right? If you're the fragger, you should have multiple, at least two of you guys, and maybe a therm or your ace to come with you and help drone, right? So that you can have you on one window, you on this window here, ready to, this closest window that you're nearest to, ready to punch it and take that gunfight, and then another one from this other window here, ready to set up a crossfire or something like that, or maybe even someone at the bathroom window, ready to stop his retreat. He should be being pinched right now, and that's the importance of moving as a squad and moving as a collective unit. It's so much more effective, right? So that's number one. Number two, when fair enough, you don't have anyone with you ready to go, what happens now?
Is he on cameras?
No, he's not. He's roaming.
So what I would be saying there, when you're the one that's basically directly beside that Jaeger, instead of basically you being on the camera right here, so you do the right thing, you kind of get prepped and ready to take this gunfight. At the end of the day, that Jaeger is still going to have Pika's advantage. If he just quickly dips this corner and takes a little pot shot, you're gonna get fried off that head glitch. It's just the way Pika's advantage works, right? So what I would probably be doing is trying to time that there. Like, I probably wouldn't have got the kill here because I would have just come into that corner and pre-fired right here, just came around and went and then fallen off the angle slightly. But what I would then do or something like that, right? But rather than that's just a small thing, right? But what I would probably do is I would say, yo, someone get on drone 4, drone 3, or whatever number it was. I didn't notice, but yo, someone get on drone. Where is he? Where is he? You know, get that live information so you don't have to get on your cam and get off your cam to act on it. You're getting live information from your teammates, your hard breaches. Get them on that drone and get them to give you callouts. Like right here, right? So you don't really know where this Jaeger's gone. Is he still in closet? Who knows? You open up the barricade, right? And then get on your cam. There's a sound cue when you do that. Like, he knows that you've gotten on cam. And really, that Jaeger should have just said, fuck it. And jumped out the window and you know, tried to get a free pick on you. And he probably would have won. He probably would have got that kill. Like, in this situation, you know, he might have been. It looks like he was too scared to do that. He didn't want to risk his life, and it's a misplay. He probably should have. He probably should have just yeeted, I guess. Maybe shouldn't be in there in the first place, really. But that's the problem with pushing alone. And you know, if you are pushing alone, make sure you ask your teammates to sit on drones. Yo, sit on drone 2. Sit on my master drone. Is the Jaeger? Where's the Jaeger? Is he still in closet? Right, so that you can act off that information. You can throw a couple stuns in there, double stun him, and then jump in and try and take that gunfight. You can, you know, do a few things, right? Or you can just hold his rotate out and potentially, you know, there's multiple things you can do. Ask for help in those situations, right?
Oh my god, that guy.
You're getting
Now, that Jaeger should have jumped out at you, like, so you'd be dead against a more aggressive player that you might find in the higher ranks.
Jaeger's gonna walk in, yeah, in the corner.
You know?
Dude,
You can hear him rotate out now. He's gone bathroom, so what I would do straight off that information when that Jaeger's gone bathroom is I would hop straight in master window. I would hop straight in that closet window and start holding master door for someone rotating to help out the Jaeger.
Right behind me right
2v5 now. Things are going to get dicey. Let's see how this plays out. It's just small things, dude. I say this every video. It's small things that make the difference. Nice shot, though. And nicely played. Like, you see, you do that well, like, you know, in that sense that you take that shot, you don't worry about the down too much. You start looking for that Jaeger. Your crosshair placement's not too shabby. You get the drone out. Drone economy of the team is awful. It's awful. I don't know if this 5-stack is just a 5-stack that you usually play with. There's only 2 drones left, even if everyone's dead. Yeah, that's not great. There's no information for you. You know, but solo pushing ain't it.
Jaeger's in.
He's in trophy.
Oh, Jaeger tagged.
That's unfortunate. Looks like you didn't
Nice.
quite see him. You get the shot. Okay, so where is your drone now? You're stepping up on this 90.
I gotta fix my settings, man.
Nice shot on the mute.
Oh, no.
It's unfortunate. That's actually quite close. But you're kind of, I guess, like what I want to say is like with this, it sounds like you didn't actually see him, right? I didn't know it was actually him. But your crosshair placement here is good. You almost like lose the gunfight based on sensitivity. You got to pull down a little bit too hard. But your crosshair placement there is good in that regard because someone is likely to peek this corner. That's where you should really be holding it. Someone is, that's well played, right? And then you have a quick look for landing. Crosshair placement is just slightly off on that bandit that just crouches into that corner, but well played in general, right? Like, you know, you're on 4-3, you're using the angle grip. I thought you'd be cracked, man. I was right. Okay. Round 2, you're on the Zof again. You've swapped out one of your hard breach, the therm for the ying. I think that's cool. Villa, you don't really need 2 hard breach. One's enough. So again, this common theme of look where your team is going and look where you are going. You're going for like a solo push again. So there's nothing wrong. Your pushes are the right pushes to an extent. Yeah, like, you know, I would say that a better way to attack these sites is like what you did, pushing from the back and then also pushing from study when they're in trophy and statue. Pushing from study across is a good way to take it. At least have 3 of you guys pushing that side. It's a better way to take it, but it doesn't, if your team's not going to do it with you, you don't want to do it alone, man. Like, I promise you that. It's very difficult. There's too much stuff to drone.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's on ping.
And then you just kind of get domed. No one to trade you. And again, that's the issue with that issue with live information, right? Let's watch that back. So that's the problem with you having to drone yourself through as a fragger rather than having someone say, yo, Val can study so that you can't swing on him.
Yo, Val's on ping. She's not.
She just swung across, Pika's advantage, and landed a nice headshot, man. It is what it is. But that's kind of, yeah, that's the unfortunate part about pushing alone, I would say. Okay, round 3, you're on the sledge this time. You've handed off the Zoth, and you've dropped the hard breach for a Monty. Not a bad idea, I guess. You don't really need hard breach for this site, but it helps. Are they... Wait, are they playing reading? Library? I think they are. Is that nature room? I can't even remember what that's called. Yeah, they are. Wow.
Walk-in closet's clear. Master's clear. Statuary's clear.
It's not... One thing that you'd notice is, like, you know, you seem to be the one that's kind of, like,
Astro's clear. Watch
I
out for
guess,
stairs.
like, got that mechanical ability in the squad. I don't know. But you shouldn't also be the one that's droning. Excuse me. Because in that time there that you just droned yourself in, think about how much things can change in that time. And if someone's smart and they see that drone pass, or they hear the drones, and then they hear the drones stop, they can then retake up them positions and catch you off guard. Right.
Alibi's in bathroom window.
Especially if this is a stack that you play with all the time. All the better, you know? Because you can work on these things, as I'm saying. Like, you need to have, like, more... Not like dedicated, not like, I don't mean like dedicated roles, like ideally, yeah, sure, that'd be ideal, but like more so like you just want to have people droning for you, right? You want to have people droning for each other, live droning, so that your fraggers can use that information and then just go in pairs when you're fragging. Just literally have 2 of you guys, like you and your Ash, right? Because look, the Ash is dead on the other side of the map. No one's there to refrag her. So have you and your Ash going together, or the Zofia and the Ash, or whatever. And then have 2 people droning those people. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of how you play it. It's like you've got 75% of it down, but then you're missing the other portion. That's a little bit sloppy on the Jaeger. I don't know if it's the sensitivity. What's wrong with this gunfight here? Just miss. You can't really see. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Well played though. Sorry, but like. A few shots off.
It's not
Not to worry.
In case they flank.
Montaigne's breaching vault. You guys need to go in.
Okay, it's a 3v4 now. You've still got Vert and you've got the Monty.
In case they flank.
That Monty is isolated though, dude.
Oh, dude, that guy's just sitting in
Again,
the hallway.
a lot of this kind of reoccurring theme of just people going in together, keep people going in alone and dying. Yeah. Right now, I'd probably stop playing Vert and go help the Monty or tell the Monty to wait. And you're trying to help him through Vert.
Montaigne's inside.
The alibi is rotated up on you.
Oh, it's soft.
Behind vault door. Woo!
I think your best bet is probably to try to play
Woo! Intense moments. Nice shots. Crosshair placement's a little bit off in areas.
in the vault. If you go down to in the hallway, you can get them.
But again, mechanically, you look like you're strong enough to push past Silver. So that's not really going to be the main issue with the gameplay. Or the issue.
I'm playing upstairs.
Yeah, play Vert. Leave the Monty to just basically tank it out. Let the Monty sit in the corner and hope for the best.
Yeah, Sledge is up there, so you're good. I think they're both 2.
Because Vert's just winning, right? Like, and you kind of spotted that. You know that. Vert's just winning, but you don't even need to be peeking these holes like that. You know? Like, you don't need to be, what you're doing right now, you don't need to be doing that. Like, you basically just want to be playing off that sound cue. Once you hear that, like, then you can, like, kind of, like, swing out and pre-fire the bomb, right? Like, you don't want to be playing as aggressively. Yeah, like, that guy just runs into it, doesn't notice. Especially now, though, when they do know you're above. You just want to be, you don't want to be looking at that hole. Nade down, perfect. Nothing you can do. Well played, man. Well played. Well played.
Okay. You got 2 roamers, and then
We're playing the
Jaeger
Pulse.
thinks it on
It's round 4.
Depends on who's the flag.
So one thing, I just watched the very start of this round, and I seen something, so I decided to go back. The thing that I wanted to mention is that when you're playing Pulse at the beginning of a round, sometimes it can pay dividends to actually just let your teammates do a lot of the setup, or just do some of the setup that's like real close to home, right? Like, so just try not to get spotted by drones, and try not to shoot and use your gun as much, because that UMP is a very like distinct sound, right? Use it, like, I don't mean like just like, oh no, I can't do any side setup because, you know, they'll see me. But like, you know, if you can, try and not get seen by drones as much as possible, right? Without without hurting your setup or hurting your team, of course. But try not to get spotted by drones, because if they know there's a pulse, if they definitely know that there's a pulse in the other team, you're far more likely to get squished and get pushed by, you know, 2 or 3 of them at the same time, and try and get they'll try and isolate you. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Yeah. Is now like, you know, this drone has seen you, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not these guys actually do try and find you. Glad to know that you watch a lot of my coaching videos, though. Glad to know that you're finding them useful. It's crazy. Sometimes, like, you know, I know some of the other guys in the community, and sometimes I just like get the vibe. It's just like, you know, people are, yo, why do you post like 40-minute videos? Like, that's not optimized. I'm like, because they want it, you know, because some people like watching, you know, full coaching reviews and stuff. So I'm gonna keep doing them.
Running main entrance out.
As long as you keep watching them.
Give him Monty too. Monty's in study?
Again, this reoccurring theme of isolation, right? No tradability. Even your vigil, right? So even if you want to have these 3 guys upstairs, that's fine, but you should be playing with or in tradable positions as much as possible. You know, roam in pairs sort of thing. Because if he gets pushed, he's done. You know, he's just going to get fragged. You guys are getting a little closer together.
I'm out, bro. Screw that.
Ying's low.
I thought I hit her in the head.
So it's like your mechanics are good, but they could use a little bit of tightening. They could use a little bit of tightening, and that's just done through T-hunt repetitions. Literally, just add an extra 10 T-hunts to your day, and you'll find that mechanical crack is going to tighten up. And I can see that you play on a relatively high sensitivity, because you can ADS the whole way around the map, basically, and it doesn't look like a whole lot of micro movements on your mouse. So your ADS is relatively high, and when you're playing on relatively high, like 2 ways: either slightly lower your sensitivity, and you'll find that your aiming sharpens up slightly, because it'll be less jittery during gunfights, or just grind out that T-hunts, man.
Thermite?
Nice. Well played. I would probably not be regressing on them stairs. Yeah, I'll be rotating out of there ASAP. Okay, so you've got one coming down red, and it's your job now now everyone's dead. Dude, it's like your teammates are dead a lot of the time, eh? A lot of the time. Like, honestly. Nice, you got the injure.
Yeah, you gotta rotate up.
I downed him.
Like that guy that just said you gotta rotate up. That's not necessarily, like, it's not your job to have to rotate up on them. You got 2 picks downstairs. Like, it's their fault for all being dead. Basically, you do have to rotate up now, but like, it's not your fault, man. Your teammates, like, that's every single round, basically, that within a minute and a half of the round, I don't know, roughly it seems like that anyway, that basically your entire team, aside from maybe one other player, is dead. Like, that's happened, that's kind of a reoccurring theme as well, right? It's unfortunate. And sometimes the prone positioning is just strong, and like, especially when your crosshair placement is good, sometimes that can be a powerful thing. Just like these off angles, you would call them, where this Ying is just playing in a position that you're not really expecting for the most part, right? And like, off angles are an important thing. It's quite complex, because like it does rely on everyone having good crosshair placement, so you often find them being used a little bit more in the higher ranks, because like in lower ranks, right, like, I guess if you had someone with bad crosshair placement, their crosshair might be even lower. Yours is a little low here, but it might even be even lower. It could be aiming here, and you'd be like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a Ying right there," and you might get the frag, right? But as you get stronger and stronger into the higher ranks, you'll find that the crosshair placement is usually around there, and the barrel of the gun might even be blocking out that Ying, so it's not going to be as easy to see. You might only see a sliver. So that's just a quick little mention on off angles. It's nothing to do with you here, but just worth talking about. Still catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Okay, match point. We're on the Vigil. I think the Vigil suits you a little bit more. You kind of seem to me like that sort of guy. The Vigil, Jaeger, Bandit sort of bloke. Zofia, Ash on attack. So you're playing 90?
Yeah, I don't know why you fucking put this shit like that.
So one way, I guess, like, so now, like, thinking about it, right? So what we do, and what a lot of people don't do, is when, so like, you guys just played Aviator, right? And you lost, you kind of got beaten pretty hard, but you decided not to go and just try Trophy Statue, because there's two thought concepts, right? One is just like, okay, let's just throw something completely different at them. Let's go Trophy Statue and see how they deal with that as an attacking team, right? The other concept is, okay, let's run that back, but let's fix the kind of errors, right? How do they push? What do they do? How did we all just die, you know? And asking them questions is a really good way to kind of improve team chemistry and just hold everyone accountable, right? It's just like, yo, what happened there? Like, how did we all die? You know, you don't have to be toxic at all, but it's important to ask them conversations or ask those questions or things just don't get fixed, right? But what I'm trying to say is now, so we know from that last round, from the beginning of the round, they open up main lobby, same thing that they're doing at the start of this round, and you got 2 picks on main stairs, right? Lower library and main stairs. Everyone else kind of just got flooded on site pretty hard through study, I imagine. So you don't really need that pressure. I guess you don't need as much pressure master side because they don't seem to be pushing it. So let's see how you guys kind of adapt and react to that. Yeah, you've got the lines of sight opened up here.
They popped 90 window.
Oh, you're dead.
Ooh. So he's back on drone there, droning through. The
That's
Blitz said I've had enough.
Oh, I
That's
keep blowing
unfortunate.
those shots.
Again, a little bit of tightening up on the mechanics. We'll go a long way, man. But well played here. You get another frag on these vert holes.
You see, this plan works.
No one on that 90 window. You would have heard him.
He's out on study balcony.
Study balcony. And what you can be doing, right? So another thing to kind of help you with your own game, right? Is you can just say, like, you know, someone that's inside, just say, yo, can someone get on cams? Like, is anyone safe? Can you get on cams? What do we see? Any information?
Oh, what?
Master.
Top lining.
That's
Top
unfortunate.
red.
And that's just getting a little bit carried away, I guess, because you don't really need to go down this route. You're holding good positions here. So getting a little bit antsy, you get the 2 picks. You're just face checking a bunch of stuff rather than waiting for them to make their moves. Catch you off guard. But well played on those 2 frags. You've basically gone and won the round for your team, so hopefully they can close it out.
Right.
Okay. 2-3. We're playing on Trophy Statue now. You successfully redefended Aviator Games on the 2nd attempt through adaptation. You're on the Maestro now. You're versatile. You said, hey, I'll play the Pulse. Hey, Vigil, sure. You want me to play the Maestro? You got it. You got it, sir.
Are you playing right there?
You got it. Give him one of these.
Yeah.
Hit him with the, you know. I don't know, I'm losing my mind, man. Too much coaching in one day. Alright, let's see. I actually didn't pick up on where you place your Maestro cams there. You setting up some bullet holes for late round? I like it. I like it a lot. So just a real fast mention. Uh-oh, that's kind of a spoiler. I just seen how this round plays out because there's only a minute left. So really quick mention. This shield is probably a little bit more powerful when it's just here, just against these boxes, because you can tuck away nicely to this corner. You can peek through this little gap here, like through because there's like a little gap on the shield. You can peek over the shield. You can, you know, peek to this side of the shield. Plus, you can kind of like be on any of this line, this head glitch line, or you can be prone with bullet holes. It's just a little bit more powerful, and it doesn't give them as much room, I guess. I don't know. I find the shield to just be a little bit stronger when placed there, personally, but that's just a touch. Oh, Rutro, good thing I caught that.
Dude, yeah, make bullet holes there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Glen Falcon.
you should, yeah, probably get on cams. Oh yeah, that's where the one master cam is. The other one in trophy.
Yeah,
Nice
there's
placement.
IQ too.
That's
Or
cool.
Not IQ, they're thermite.
So I'd be just keep aware, keep in mind, right? So let's just have a think. So this Tachanka is a little bit out of place. I'm not gonna lie, probably shouldn't be there, but let's just see how he plays. See how he goes. Okay, we got him on Astro. What the hell? So we got the Wamai on Astro. We've got the Tachanka in bathroom. That looks like the bandit is on astronomy stairs, I believe. You're playing just in trophy, and I don't know where the pulse is. The pulse is going to be below. The pulse will be below. So keep in mind that you don't really have any sort of pressure or any sort of watch on the back, right? So on the whole study across push. So really, when you're on cams here, that's not good. You don't really want that much freedom, them to have that much freedom. So what might make more sense is that maybe the bandit doesn't really need, like the Tachanka as well, they don't really need to be in these positions straight off the bat, like these two positions here, so they can maybe study across and shoot some drones that fall back to see if they're making that sort of a push. But if they're not going to be there, what I would be doing for sure if I was you is I'd be watching your own ass. I'd be flicking towards that 90 cam and make sure that you guys aren't getting stepped up on from red stairs or just from 90, you know, or maps or whatever. So you need to be super aware of that. Because it looks like you guys are all tunneling in on this right now. That's what it looks like to me. Let's see how this plays out. Tachanka goes down straight away, and that's his own fault. That's just positioning. He shouldn't be playing in there. It's kind of one of them simple things.
Yeah, thermite's in the paint. You can blow him up. He's going for a wall. In bathroom right now.
Okay, who died there? The bandit. So the bandit died on astronomy stairs. He just had 2 people die early to the bathroom position. Right? Now I would definitely be asking your teammates to watch 90 cam. Say, yo, do we still have 90 cam? And if they say yes, then you can go sweet. Now you don't have to worry whatsoever about anything on this side of the map. You just focus on these 2 doors, because as of right now, right? So even though it's 3v5, really you can still watch all your bases, right? Because you've got this one door, this bricks door, you've got the bathroom door, and then you've got astronomy stairs, right? And you've got the pulse playing from below. So astronomy stairs, you've probably got some Bab. Is there any Bab on the team? The Tachanka. So you're good, right? So Tachanka's got Bab. So you're going to be fine. You've got some Bab. Hopefully you've got some Bab anyway on astronomy stairs. You'd want to have some Bab, double Babbed up. And then you've got the Wamai watching the bathroom push. So right now you're actually fine. You can still win this. It's still very clutchable. You know, once they start opening up these walls and opening up more like that, it gets a little bit trickier. But for now, you're Gucci. As long as you ask your teammates, yo, watch 90 cam and tell me if someone's pushing it. You know, rather than you have to freak out. Okay, the wall's opening. Now it gets a little bit trickier. I would be, as that pulse, I wouldn't be on cams if I were you, but as the pulse, what I would be doing is I would just be letting off that C4 really quick and rotating back up, because you need guns on site here. You don't want to be off site.
Thermite on the doorway. Thermite on the door.
Like, the pulse you don't need that information, right? You could have just left your cam alive, and that's enough information. Say, your 2 bathroom, one's bricks door, and let the pulse just rotate up, throw a C4, and then, get up there and help out. Because right now, the whole astronomy push is open, right? So this is where you're weak now. And you never asked anyone to watch this side, watch this right side, but right now, you're really weak to astronomy and bathroom push. And they're starting to ying from there, it looks like. So that's going to be them taking astronomy now. And this is going to be over in seconds. Yeah.
Got caught in the cross.
GG.
Ashen.
Wamai gets 1, misses the second, and the pulse is below. He's going for the Hail Mary. He gets the 1. Let's go, Crypto. But unfortunately, it's going to be too little too late. Let's fast forward 30 seconds. Round lost. He's still below. It's unfortunate. Look, the reality of the situation is, like, I don't think you did too much wrong in those situations. I feel like your teammates definitely let you down in areas. And again, if any of your teammates are watching this video, I mean it with no disrespect, honest to God. Like, coaching is coaching. Like, you know, we're not all going to be perfect, and, you know, we all play at a different level, and we all have different understandings. But for you personally, like, there's areas where, you know, I think you're fine. I think you got a lot of potential there, honestly. Like, I think you seem to have a solid enough understanding of the game, of placements, of positioning. I think, like, your mechanics can be tightened up slightly, whether that's lowering your sensitivity ever so slightly to kind of crispy up that shot. You know, it could be T-hunts, just working on that T-hunt and just grinding out a little bit more T-hunt. I know your mechanics seem fine, but just tighten it up a little bit more, and you'll basically be able to skip through gold as long as you're playing with the right people. Not saying to ditch these guys, but there comes a point where, you know, you have to realize, okay, is my team holding me back? How many, you know, like, how did you play in that match, and how do you play in all the matches? Do I need to look for more teammates, or, you know, or is this just a bad game? I don't know. I can only judge off what I'm seeing. I can only judge off this one game. But I think you have a lot of potential there, and hopefully from watching this video, you can kind of pick up on a couple of things that I've mentioned, and yeah, hopefully it allows you to progress. And I have a funny feeling you'll be playing in plat in no time, my good man. I think you're going to skip right through gold, or at least up to the top of gold. But I really do appreciate you sending in the footage, and I do wish you the best of luck. Be sure to keep me updated on how you're going. And for everybody else watching, I hope you guys can take a few little tips and pointers from this video too. Yeah, as of right now, it should be Thursday, I'm hoping. Thursday, yeah, I think that's right. Thursday, so hopefully I survive the surgery. No, but I really appreciate all the support, the continued support. There's going to be still just more coaching videos flowing through just until I recover from surgery and whatnot. But as always, guys, thank you so much for all the support. And without rambling on too much, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. But without wasting too much time, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.